everybody. Today I'm going to talk about tool. How important tool is in the garden if you're having any type of pests, birds, or rodent problem. Now this one I ordered and I was so excited with it. Probably can't hear me. This one was called mint green. You know, this whole roll, it's like 40 or 50 yards. This whole thing was like less than $10. This is a mint green, and I was really excited when it came, so I opened it up right away and I used a little bit on my deck. It's got very fine holes. Now I do personally like a lot of times when it's a little stiffer, because when it's stiffer it seems to deter, I'm going to say, more rodents because they don't like the feel of it. But I wanted to test this and it works. I haven't had any rodents pull it off. The only ones that pulled it off are the ones I literally got lazy, just threw it over the plants, draped it over, and then they got stuck and they ran off with it. But when I put it on, I have all different ways of attaching it. So I want to get out in the garden and share with you the ways that I attach it. Maybe I'll give you ideas, so you'll have different ways of you attaching it. But you can use this on everything. I love this. So I bought that. Let me move this over because I was so excited I went and bought more. I bought these on eBay, and you can get them like different places. You can get them, of course, I buy some at Joann's in the store, but you can get it online. You can get it at Amazon. I'll put a link to the places I bought, but this one was called Forest Green, and I thought, I asked Gary what color he wanted. He said he likes white because he can see it, and that's true. When you're covering fruit and different things, you'll spot the white. This is mint, but you'll spot the white right away. But if it's darker, you won't see it. And you know what? I started thinking, I'd rather not see it. Let's move this over. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will be buying more. See, now this, when let's see, it's taped up. Sorry, I'm talking and all this plastic is making noise. Oh my gosh. This is really cool. When you put this over your, let's say, kale, you'll see. When you put this over your kale, I haven't used this yet. I know it's going to disappear in the garden. For my garden, I don't care if it's my deck, my containers, or my garden outside where it's in the, in the ground. But when you cover everything, you're not going to see it. I don't have anything green here. Let me see. Wait a minute. Look at this. When you cover your green plants, you're not going to see it at all. It's just going to disappear. So it won't, like if you fix up your garden and you want it to look really nice, you're not going to see it. It's going to disappear in your garden. And you'll know it's there. The birds will know because the birds will land on it. They can land on this and they do not get stuck. I'm going to show you bird netting. I would never use bird netting. I am not going to ever tell anybody what to do. If you want to use bird netting and it works for you and you're happy with it, go ahead. But bird netting is a different type of netting, and it's kind of triangles put together. And when you pull on it, it seems like it's like that toy I used to have when I was a kid. You put your fingers in it and you pull on it. I don't have one. And you would put your fingers in and pull, and it would get tighter and tighter as you pulled. Well, that's kind of like bird netting. It's not exactly the same, but very close. And bird netting is made out of more of like a fishing line. So what happens is they stick their foot in there, and as they're trying to struggle to get out, it gets into another hole, and before you know it, then they have both feet stuck in there, and they'll get stuck. And if you don't get them out right away and you're not home, they will perish. They'll perish in the sun. They'll eventually perish, or something will grab them, another predator. So I don't like bird netting. But this is so cheap. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go buy a whole bunch more because I have so many ideas on how I'm going to be using this. And I'm going to get really serious in the garden, and this is just going to be amazing. But this is beautiful, and with this, I have never had a bird get stuck. It's got tiny holes, and with the tiny holes, They may get their nail stuck, but you know, they can pull their nail and get it out. I've never seen a bird get its nail stuck, but I can imagine it could. But with that, you know, they'll just pull it out. I mean, they've got a nail, they get it in there and they pull it out. And if they have to struggle for a minute, it's not going to get tighter. They're not going to get intertwined. There's nothing to get intertwined in. I am so excited with this. You know, and it's funny, when this one came, I just opened it up right away and I used it in one spot only, and now I'm going to start using it everywhere because spring is here and I'm going to get serious. But with this, oh my gosh. And you know, it comes in all colors. If you wanted to use in your garden red or blue, I found out they come in like 20, 30 colors, all different colors. But you know, forest green, I'm going to have to say forest green is, to me, thumbs up. Because when I cover my dinosaur kale or anything, and there's certain ones I'll leave open and let the birds chew on. There's certain ones I will show you how I'm going to put this on. It's not going to look like an eyesore in my garden. I know I don't care a lot of times, but I actually like this. It won't look bad, and it's going to have a great purpose. It's going to be fantastic. I just can't wait to go use this. So I wanted to open this up with you all, and I wanted to see if I was going to say, it's okay, like the mint was okay, or if I was going to get excited. But now, if I would have opened it up right away, I would have bought another one right away. So I will be ordering more. And this one, again, is forest green. I'll put the link underneath exactly where I got it from. And if for some reason they're sold out, I'll make sure I'm looking through some reputable people. And I go by their feedback and make sure it's in the United States. They do have some out. You don't want out. And the reason you don't want it out of the United States, if you're within the United States, you don't want it out. Because when you buy out of the United States, let's say on eBay, then you're looking at shipping. They watch for the shipping time, a date of arrival. It could be 2-3 months down the line. You'll forget about it. Spring will be over, snow will be coming. No, you want it within the United States, and the most important thing is always check the arrival date, because if you didn't get it, you just go and click that button and eBay will take care of you. So with this, let's get this in the garden and see how this looks. I'm so excited. This is real. I'm really excited. I can't believe how beautiful this looks. I was tempted on getting black, but I'm so glad I got forest green. Maybe I will go in Gary's garden and put it out there. He likes white. He says he likes to see it, but I don't want to see it. This is good enough for me. I'll see it when I go to take some food off to eat. I'll just take it off and drape it back. Okay, let's go see what I'm going to do with this, and hopefully I'll give you guys ideas. And if you've got ideas, put it underneath and share it with everybody so we can all use your ideas as well. And this is great. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let's get into the garden. So we're out in my garden, and the first part of the video you saw was actually done a few weeks ago, and I never got out to the garden. The weather was so bad and everything. But anyways, I wanted to get that video done, and I'm determined to get it done today. So here is what you saw earlier. That's the footage. That's been on there for quite a while, and I should lift it. I mean, look how beautiful the leaves are underneath. Now, if I wanted the seed from this dinosaur kale, this is one of the cuttings off the mother plant over there, then I would have to uncover it, because this needs to be pollinated, which I guess they're still finding their way in there, and then they go back underneath. But really, you would need to uncover it because it will not get pollinated while it's covered with the netting. If you don't care about that, you're not collecting your seeds, then look at this. The birds, the rabbits, the rats, the mice, nothing will touch it. They don't like it. To them, it's a trap. They touch it, they get their little nails caught, and they pull them right out, and they think, oh, this is a trap, you know, like a snap trap or something. They don't want this, so they leave. I've seen them. They leave. So keep that in mind. Now, you could always keep your plant covered, and I could uncover it now. It hasn't quite gone to flower, but it's almost going there. It's just starting the seed head. I'm not collecting the seed, so I don't care right now. Here's another way I started using the tool that's white, just with a little clothespin type thing, and that is just to protect my new tomato plant that's growing there. I don't want anything to come over and munch on it, so for now I'm just going to leave a little protection around it. Now let's go to the other part of the yard down here. See, I've got even some tool down there that keeps the rabbits away and they won't chew on my plants. And where else? Here's it. This is covering my purple broccoli, finally. Purple sprouting broccoli. There it is. I am not going to be collecting the seed off of that. I'm actually going to cut that head off and eat it. Oh, there's more. Look at that. Boy, it is now shooting off broccoli everywhere. I've got broccoli shoots everywhere, more in the back. Oh, cool. I don't want the birds to eat it. I want to eat it. The reason I won't be collecting the seed is it's so cheap. I only planted 6 seeds and I had like what, 100, 200, 300 seeds? And then of course my regular sprouting broccoli is already kind of still flowering. A lot of the heads are gone on it, but they could interbreed and then I wouldn't have pure purple broccoli anyways. And so it's not worth it right now because my collard, that can interbreed, you know, with the bees flying around and doing their thing. Wonder if those are Gary's bees. Do they look like Gary's bees? Anyways, so I'm not going to collect the seeds on that. And, you know, everything is flowering and everything is throwing seeds right now. I had this covered. It looks beautiful. I uncovered it now. And look how gorgeous it is. What else do I have? I had a bunch covered over here with both. I had some white tulle on it and green tulle. I took it off. But it's just been, you know, really good for a lot of things. Let's walk over here real quick. I'm trying to keep this video short because I'm going to put another one up on tulle. See, I covered this so the birds won't get it. But this is what I use. Clothespins. Just wrap it around. It's so cheap. You know, just cut a big chunk off of your tulle if you're buying it, you know, by the yardage like that. What was it? 40 yards? Just wrap it around and put a clothespin. You want to get to your plant? You want to eat it for dinner? That's it. You're done. It's off. And then you just wrap it up and put it back on. With a clothespin, I use it. Let's see, what else I want to show you on this. I have tulle on the bottom there covering my pepinos because the rabbits were munching on the bottom. That kept the rabbits off. That's white because I was using white. Same thing here. The rabbits were starting to bother my plants, so now they won't touch it. The rabbits will not chew on the tulle. And one more thing I want to show you. See a clothespin? That's the easiest way to do it. You could use pipe cleaner, you could use wire, you could use whatever you find that works for you. Let's go to the front. And here's a little tulle cage that I made. I do have a whole video on this. I've got to get that up. And I'll show you more on how I put this together. This has been up already for weeks. It's doing really, really good. And I mean, it's not going to stay there. This is not permanent. This is just so my squash can start. And I've got some midnight snack tomatoes that I grew from seed in the little paper cups in there. There's another one. I don't want anything bothering it until it gets bigger. And then look at this. This is what I'm excited about. I made a fence. It's been up for weeks. The only thing that happened, and I use zip ties on that, and again, I've got a whole video on this I'm going to put up to show you exactly how I did it and, you know, what's weighting it down and everything. But when I had a birthday party here the other day, the kids were running all over the place. And the only thing is they knocked one of the zip ties, and I guess it came loose, the tulle. I used a bread tie. I couldn't remember where I put my zip ties. So I just used the bread tie. So that's how easy it is to use tulle. So I hope I have given you some idea on what you can do with critters. All you can do is try it. If you don't have to go and buy it online right now and buy a whole bunch, just go to your fabric store. It's only like 75 cents to $1.50 for a yard. Buy a yard of it and put it around your yard, depending on if you're container gardening, you just need a little bit. And if it works, then go buy a whole bolt. The bolt was $10 online, free shipping. And sometimes they do go up. They're probably going to go up if everybody starts buying it. But it is so cheap. I went and bought, I think I told you in the beginning of this video, I went and bought the mint. I was buying the white from Joann's. And then I went and bought the mint one online for $10, and I really liked the light mint. And I went back and bought the hunter green. Gary said the forest green is his fault. He kept calling it forest green, and now I'm calling it forest green. But you know, maybe Joann's calls it forest green. It looks like forest green to me. But online, it was called hunter green. I was so crazy about it, went immediately back and I bought 3 more, and I'm going to buy more because I want to have it on hand, especially if I can build a fence. Look at that. I mean, now, yes, the fence isn't going to last forever. It's probably going to last for the season, and then I'm going to take it down or change it or do something else. But the point is, you're not throwing that away. When I take this down, or when I take that down, this is going to be used to cover strawberries, you know, whatever I want. You're still going to use it. This stuff lasts really, really good. I don't want to get into this, but you know how I usually put stuffed animals on? I glued pom-poms on in a matter of seconds. I'll have to get that in the other video. So that's it. Try it if you're having problems with mice or rats or rabbits or squirrels. I've had squirrels all over out here. Yesterday I came out here, baby squirrels running all over, but not near any of my food that has tulle on it. And I find that amazing that we can all live together. Don't cover everything, because if you cover everything and if they have, let's say, no food, then they could get desperate enough to try. But since they have so much other food and things to forage, they touch this, it's like, ooh, no, we'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to bother with this. I mean, these animals are smart. They're not dumb. They wouldn't be here if they were dumb. They're smart. So they don't want to touch this. They don't know what it is. This will not deter dogs, because the dog would probably find this as a toy and you'd come home and they'd pull it down. I don't know. My dogs haven't touched it, but I'm just saying this is not for dogs. This is to keep birds off if you're trying to keep birds off, or little critters in your yard. Skunks, possums, rats, mice, squirrels, anything like that. That's what you're trying to keep off your garden. That's what this is working for me for. And it's to protect the young plants. Once the plants get big, I'll pull it off. It's not that important. And you don't want to cover something that needs to be pollinated once it starts to fruit, because you still need pollination. Now, tomatoes, that's different. They blow in the wind. You can shake the plant even, you know, and that pollinates them. So tomatoes is not that big of a deal. But a lot of your other plants do need pollination. This is to protect other plants you're growing. And like I said, this is to protect my seedlings. I want to make sure that tomato plant grows good. I want to make sure that squash that shouldn't be in this tub here with the tomato plant grows good. You know, I want to just make sure the seedlings get a good start. So with that, I hope I gave you some ideas. And try it. Just go get a yard. See if it works for you. Have any questions? Have any good ideas? Let me know. Have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye, everybody. Wow. Oh, my gosh.